We'll have a moment of silent meditation and pledge to the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Morning, this is the, open the July 23rd, 2025 Montague County Commission meeting. We are joined today by Sean Secor and Renetta McClure, County Administrator. Mr. Bloom is out today. We can hold the applause, it's fine. We'll move on, consent and approval with Renetta. How are you this morning?
Hi. That's going to be a long one because we had stuff from last week
Absolutely.
and stuff from this week. So for July the 16th, we have fiscal year 25 vouchers for General County Fund 159, 749 at 46, 911 $4,725.15 at Chestnut Ridge Park, $5,083.65. Camp Muffley 804.58, Mason-Dixon Park 7,762.16, Mon County Center 1,005.19.93, opioid settlement funds 47,533.44, assessor's valuation 2,409.91. Then for fiscal year 26, we have General County 888,405.76, 911 $7,099.17, Chestnut Ridge Park $2,055.99, Camp Muffley $612.37, Mason-Dixon Park $3,045. Assessor valuation $14,741.50. ARPA $108,151.40. Parks and Rec $35,492.42. Purchasing card vouchers for fiscal year 25, General County $32,255.11, Chestnut Ridge Park $499.66, Mason-Dixon Park $75.79. For fiscal year 26, there was General County $3,408.18, Chestnut Ridge Park $415, Mason-Dixon Park $149.12, assessor's valuation $14,421.97, which is a grand total of $1,340,416.72. And we had in-house budget revisions the last for the previous fiscal year for the county clerk, prosecuting attorney, and teen court. So that is everything from last week.
Okay.
And then we have today's. We have exonerations. There's 22 of those for $9,715.35. Minutes for July 9th, 2025. Vouchers, General County, $398,013.73. Magistrate Court, $388.80. 911, $4,225.72. Chestnut Ridge Park, $12,581.51. Camp Muffley, $3,223.86. Mason-Dixon Park, $506.86. Mon County Center, $9,111.89. Transportation levy, $16,731.99. Fire levy, $106,598.13. Recreation levy, $63,869.51. Library levy, $4,106.19. EMS levy, $34,492.73. Day Report Center, $141,721.79. Harmony Grove TIF, $232,690.38. Purchasing card, General County, $12,733.24. Magistrate Court, $1812. 911, $221.64. Chestnut Ridge Park, $76.48. Camp Muffley, $152.96. Mason-Dixon Park, $333.03. Mon County Center, $1,021.19. Assessor's valuation, $502.95, for a voucher total for this week, $1,043,322.70. No budget revisions. Actually, there is a budget revision for the general fund. That's the carryover. Do you want to take that up separately?
Yeah, we'll take
Okay.
that up separately.
Position vacancies for boards and authorities is listed on the county website, and fiduciary orders for July 23rd, 2025.
Okay, move to approve the consent agenda items as presented.
I will second. All in favor?
Aye.
Moving back to, I'm going to take up that budget revision.
Yeah.
Right now.
Do you want to take care of that, or do you want me to?
No, go ahead.
Okay. Okay, so we had planned on an 11,500,000 carryover, and it actually came in at 12,572,151. So that is 1,072,151 that needed to be redistributed through the budget. We had several items that came up after the budget was approved, so we've kind of worked through those. You want to go over the highlights of?
Sure. Of the items that we're going to address. Yeah, we had the MUB HHW Day Collection contribution.
Hazardous household waste.
Hazard household waste contribution, that's 5,000. During the budget time, we had stripped a couple vacant positions from the clerk's budget, and our policy is when those positions are ready to be actually pursued, then the office would come to the commission and request that we put the money back on the budget. So we have a $111,510 that we're putting back on 402, which is county clerk's budget, for two vacant positions. We have a $15,000 ConnectWise subscription. It goes to our IT budget. The school safety officer expenses for St. Francis, obviously these will be reimbursed. But that's a $67,000 increase. We have, now that we've switched to another fleet management company, we're going to be aggressively paying off a lot of our leases with the current vendor, and we added about $150,000 to that line item. We carried over the we're funding the orphan road project that started in fiscal year '25. That's the Alpine Road project, so there's $82,000 there. And then we also have capital projects for parks and recreations. That's a $250,000 that we had allocated for an amenity, let's just say an amenity at Mason-Dixon Historical Park. And then the last, we just put more money into the contingency accounts. We moved the remainder we moved to the contingency account. That's $391,641. So that's the total of the additional $1,072,151 that we had to move. Overall, in regards to fiscal year '25, expenses came in pretty much where we expected. The big change, and again, we always have things come in low, things come in high, but they all kind of balance out. But the big change was in revenue. We had an additional $1 million in tax revenue. Overall, we had like $1,022,000 increase in revenue, and there was a $1.1 million increase in collected taxes. So that's pretty much why we've ended up with the additional $1,072,151. And we had been trending right on budget up and through May. So the last month is where we actually realized these additional, the additional carryover.
Mhm.
Anything else, Renata?
No, you covered it.
Need to move to.
So I move that we approve the revised budgets as presented.
Second. We have a first and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Great. Moving on.
Perfect. We have two additional fiduciary items that need to be addressed. One is the estate of Clarence Keith Miller.
This is where a claim was made for funeral expenses, and it has not been addressed yet. And the individual that made the claim, sorry, I'm rotating back here. It's upside down. State of Clarence Keith Miller. individual's name. He signed it, but I can't make out his name. George Miller?
George Miller, yes.
George Miller has paid the funeral and has made a claim. That claim is standing downstairs as far as it's ripe to be paid when the estate pays it. He's wanting it to go to a fiduciary commissioner, I guess essentially to have them order that it be paid. Is pretty much the gist of the complaint at this point, so.
Since the claims have been filed, it's really the next step is for the estate to pay the claims. So maybe the best thing we could do is ask the estate's office to send a reminder out to the estate, the administrator, to address payment of these claims
Yeah, I'd say
in a
that's
timely manner.
That's a fair request. At this point, it's a standing claim. There is real estate in the estate, so it's effectively a lien against that real estate. I think the petitioner just wants some action to take place, so a reminder letter.
Okay.
30 days to address
Okay.
in some way his claim, and then further action can be taken if none is taken.
Okay. So I'll amend my motion to instruct the estate's office to put a 30-day deadline on them addressing this claim, one way or the other, whether it's going to be paid at a certain time or that it's acknowledging that it's there and it's going to be addressed. And then if something isn't done after 30 days, then it can come back up to us to take further action.
Great. I'll second that. All in favor?
Aye. Did you get that motion?
Next, we have the estate of Jeffrey Jones. It has been petitioned that nothing has happened on the estate at this point. And one of the heirs is requesting that the administrator be removed for failure to take action, filed by Ethel Logan. Sorry, just to make sure. So,
Likewise, I would make a motion for the estate's office to send notice to the administratrix to get caught up in her filing and put a 30-day deadline on that too. At that time, if they don't address their deficiencies in the filing, then it will come back up to us to take up the removal of the administrative.
this is also similar. There's a funeral bill that's been paid by the claimant, and so he's just asking for some action.
Yeah.
I would agree that that's a prudent action, so I'll second your motion.
Okay.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right, moving on. Introduction of new employees, personnel changes.
We actually had some last week.
Did you have any last week?
I approved
We had some last week.
a couple pieces last
The
week.
sheriff had 2, Shelby Simmons, a process transport officer full-time, at a rate of $3,265.54 per month. And Corey Moore, court security full-time, $3,243.06 per month.
Okay, I move that we approve the personnel as presented.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
And then we had 1 for Chestnut Ridge. This was a rehire, Virgil Lehman, who is a part-time maintenance person at $13 an hour.
Move that we approve the personnel as presented.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Any more employment?
No, that's it for, we'll have stuff next week, but nothing for this week.
Okay, moving on, comments from the public at this time. If you have something to address the commission, please come forward, state your name and address, and you've got a couple of minutes or so to state your piece, so to speak. So we'll open public comments. Good morning.
Good morning.
You're back.
I promise to be brief. I'm Juliet Marlier. I live in 123 Rue Lane in Morgantown. And I'm here again about the Mid-Atlantic transmission line. And I want to first thank the commissioners for all the effort you've put into learning more about this and for bringing giving the Next Era people the chance to attend a working session. And I also want to announce that we're holding one of the things that you did was attend the Preston County informational session. And I want to announce that we have scheduled a similar session for Mon County, which will be on August 5th at 7 p.m. at the University High School. And we cordially invite you to attend. And we're hoping to have a large turnout of the public because we've discovered that many people who will be impacted are not even aware of this project proposal. And that's it.
All
Thanks.
right, thank you
Great. Well,
very much.
Thank you for coming in. I was not looking at my phone, I was putting it on the calendar, so. All right, sorry about that. I want to make sure I didn't forget to put that down. Anyone else for public comment? No. With that, we'll close comments from the public. Next, we have receipt of proposals submitted in response to RFP 2025 MCC 002, Montague County Center Solar Project.
Okay, and those proposals were due to be submitted by 10 o'clock today. We do have two submittals. One is from Solar Hauler, and they appear to have submitted the documentation as requested. And the other is from JK Renewables. So I would move to accept the proposals as received and forward on for the technical and cost evaluations.
I will second. All in favor? Aye. Next, we have Colleen Kuhn with grants. Good morning, Colleen.
Good morning. Okay, so I have several items today. First up, I have requests for reimbursements for the Governor's Highway Safety Program. The first one is for Safe Communities in the amount of $1,317. And then the next one is for impaired driving in the amount of $2,929.12.
In regards to the reimbursements, I move to approve the reimbursements as presented.
I'll second. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, so next up, I have a grant application for the Governor's Highway Safety Program. The request is for $148,000. There's the application, conditions and assurances, and special conditions that will need to be signed.
Okay, I move to approve the application as presented.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, so next I have grant agreements. The first one is the Community Corrections Grant. They were awarded $197,893. With that grant contract comes a resolution that reads, the Monongalia County Commission met on Wednesday, July 23rd, 2025, with a quorum present and passed the following resolution. Be it resolved that the Monongalia County Commission hereby authorizes the Honorable Jeffrey L. Arnett, President of the Monongalia County Commission, to act on its behalf to enter into a contractual agreement with the Division of Administrative Services, Justice and Community Services section to receive and administer grant funds pursuant to the provisions of the West Virginia Community Corrections Grant Program. So there's also the standard conditions and assurances, the federal standard conditions and assurances, the equal employment opportunity plan requirements, certifications regarding lobbying, and that's that for that one. And then the last grant agreement is with, for the Records Management and Preservation Board grant, the county clerk was awarded $21,872.70.
I move to approve the grant agreements as presented.
I'll second. We have first and second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you. Moving on. Correspondence. Fourth quarter levy report received from Boat Park.
That's pretty much it.
Okay. Also, an email received from Ian Marlier regarding the Marl project.
Yes, I believe you received that, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And we've got a letter received from the West Virginia Attorney General J.B. McCuskey regarding the settlement announcement with Purdue Pharma bankruptcy estate and direct settlement with the Sackler family.
Yeah, it doesn't indicate how much, it just gives an overall settlement of 53 million over 9 years for the state of West Virginia. So I'm not sure how that's going to be divided out. But I did have to respond to some stuff from our legal counsel that our legal counsel sent last week. Just some detail about elected officials, and I'm not sure what they were using it for, but
Okay, great.
must be in the process.
Is that all for correspondence? Sean, do you have any?
I believe Renetta has a couple
Oh,
other
sorry. I didn't give you a
non-agenda
chance.
item ones.
Actually, I don't.
The enterprise thing, there's a couple things I knew that came in that were for our employee consumption.
Oh, we got it, I think I told you guys about it on Friday. We got an invitation from Enterprise Fleet Management. They were having their Customer Appreciation Day in Pittsburgh at the Pirates game.
Right.
That's at 12:30 today. So I think that was it.
Okay. Oh, and that's today?
It's today.
Oh, okay. I thought that was sometime in the future.
Oh, no,
Okay.
it's today.
All right. No, I don't have anything, Jeff.
Okay, moving on, seeing no unfinished business, on to the new business. Consideration to provide a letter of support for an application to the 2025 Affordable Housing Program for the rehabilitation of a building described as 98 South Walnut Street.
I move to approve the letter of support as presented.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Next, consideration to approve requisition number 25 for the University Town Center Series 2023A Property Tax District Administrative Expense Fund.
The requisition is for $691.25. This is money paid to Steptoe and Johnson for their work on the district.
Move to approve requisition number 25 for the UTC Series 2023A Property Tax District Administrative Expense Fund as presented.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Next, consideration of requisition number 104 for the University Town Center Economic Opportunity Development District Subaccount.
The requisition is for $1,061,719.53. This is the sales tax that's collected in the district for the month of, what month are we in? So this would be the month of June. That will be transferred to West Banco, the trustee.
That was based on an overall balance in the account of $1,172,507.51. It's less the $100,000 statutory lien and 10% tax admin fee. I move that we approve requisition number 104 for the UTC Economic Opportunity Development District subaccount as presented.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. How was that number comparatively?
I didn't get a chance to
Okay.
take a look at that.
It's about the same as last
It's
month.
about the same.
Yeah, it's over a million, so that's
That
good.
number's been pretty consistent.
All right, and that was for, we just did 39, right?
Yeah.
All
No,
right.
you did
No, we're on
104.
D. We're on D.
Oh, we're on D. Consideration to approve requisition number 39 for the Series 2021B Harmony Grove Phase 1 Project Fund. Of course.
This requisition is for $60,000. That would be paid directly to Adrian Enterprises for project management.
I move that we approve requisition number 39 for the Series 2021B Harmony Grove Phase 1 Project Fund as presented.
No second, all in favor?
Aye.
Next, consideration to approve requisition number 18 for the Series 2021B Harmony Grove Phase 1 Administrative Expense Fund.
So this is $6,093.75. This is Municap's invoice for the work, the analyzation that they do on the district.
Okay. I move to approve requisition number 18 for the Series 2021B Harmony Grove Phase 1 Administrative Expense Fund as presented.
I'll second. We have first and a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Next, consideration of a request by the Monongahela River Trails Conservancy for up to $15,300 in funds to complete emergency storm repairs to areas of the Mon River Rail Trail and Deckers Creek Rail Trail.
I think the letter's self-explanatory, or the description is self-explanatory. I move to approve supplemental funding to the MRTC in a not-to-exceed amount of $15,300 as presented.
Yeah, they had a couple of big washouts and some major damage that they addressed pretty quickly, so I'll second. All in favor?
Aye.
All right, moving on, reports from elected
Oh,
officials.
I got two
Oh,
items.
I'm sorry.
We got some last-minute requests for some letters of support
Oh, that's right.
for the AMLR program. One is for elevating our outdoor economy, WVU trails to support economic development and recreational tourism. This is coming from Danny Twilly. So I forwarded that out to you guys. I think I got a couple of head nods that it was acceptable to go ahead and do
So I
today.
move to approve the letter of support as presented.
Second, all in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Okay, the other one is for the 2025 Morgantown Municipal Airport's AMLR application to enhance economic development and revitalization in Morgantown and north central West Virginia. This is about the extension?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I move to approve the letter of support as presented.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
That is all.
Okay. Reports from elected officials and department heads. Anything from Granville today? Nice to see you, though. Next, reports from county commissioners. Sean?
It's been a slow week for me. I was on vacation last week, and we didn't have a meeting, so there's not a lot to report. This Tuesday, we had our regular weekly June month tag up. I can say that we've transitioned management companies fairly efficiently. And as of July, we have a new management company at the Aquatic and Track Center, and we're working with them closely as we get them integrated into the operations. Today's a regular day. Tomorrow I have Mylan Park Foundation Board of Directors meeting. Friday we have staff reports and a broadband tag up. That's all I have to report.
Great. Just have a few things. First, you all probably got letters in the mail, as I did. The Sheriff's Tax Office sent out the bills for the year for the personal property tax, real estate property tax, commercial, and residential. I'd just like to give a thanks and a little sympathy to both the Assessor's Office and to the Sheriff's Tax Office, as I'm sure they're being inundated with phone calls over the last few days. I know my office has. In my day job, I'm a real estate attorney, and so I've received quite a few questions about tax tickets, so thank you for all the work they're putting in. The other thing is, I'd like to just give a little shout out to two members of our that work at our emergency services, Haps Behringer and Mike Fortney. They addressed, probably read about the Clinton water issues that happened last week at Boy Scout camp. Both of these individuals, Hap especially, I talked to probably more than about anybody during that week. He was working pretty much around the clock trying to coordinate different entities and agencies to try to get that problem resolved, to help not only the citizens in the area that were suffering outages and boil alerts and conservation requests, but also we had a lot of campers out there at Boy Scout camp that were dealing with those issues as well. So Jimmy was on vacation, so our coordinator, our director, Jimmy Smith, so Hap and Mike really stepped up in his absence and did a lot to get that situation resolved. And I believe they're still working through a few kinks, but it's basically resolved at this point from what I understand. So
In regards to that whole issue, that was a big deal, and I also want to thank the management of MUB for jumping in and lending their expertise. This obviously MUB sells water to the Clinton district, but they are not in charge of the system, their pipes, their sewage, all that. And MUB did and lend expertise. I was shared a number of texts back and forth with Jeff Ray, keeping me, their legal counsel, keeping me apprised on where they were and how they were helping out. Because I asked them, I said, could you, at first, the Clinton PSD individuals were not asking for help. And I asked them to
ask for help.
to intervene and help. And that's what they did. So I really want to thank General Manager Mike McNulty. Under his leadership, MUB has really shown to be something a lot different than what a lot of people were used to working with. They're very community oriented, and it's things like this where it's not even their issue, where they've jumped in and helped out. They lend engineers to help assess the problem. They send a truck to go get the water buffalo. They've done a number of things, and I don't want to start listing things because I know I'll miss something, but I'm really appreciative of all their efforts to really help get this and get this issue resolved, in addition to all the work with everybody else that
Sure.
Commissioner Arnett just mentioned. So,
Absolutely. And all the volunteers that went out to Walmart and helped with the water distribution. And Walmart actually matched the cases of water as they were purchased by Clinton and by Emergency Services. They actually matched the bottles with cases of their own, so as donations. So I'd like to thank the local Walmart for that, those contributions as well.
that's why we're lucky to live in a community like this,
Yeah.
where it's typical, where everybody just jumps in and helps out. And, it's nice to see that, and it's not surprising.
Right.
It happens every
Agreed.
time there is an issue in this county, and really, we're lucky to have all the good neighbors and that we do. I do acknowledge we have a couple of members of the Boy Scouts troop here?
Scouting America.
Let's go.
Okay. Well, welcome. I guess you were visiting the meeting for requirements for a badge? Okay. Well,
They're so
welcome.
quiet.
It's good to see how your county government works. A lot of your parents may not even know how county government works, so it's good to see you. I can only see the eyes of the little girl sitting there. She's trying to be shy, but welcome. You're welcome anytime. I know it's during the day when you're usually in school, but anyhow, I just wanted to acknowledge your guys' participation.
Great, yes, welcome.
I move to adjourn.
Second, we are adjourned.